My good friends, it is an honor for me to be here today. I know I am among friends, and a great political philosopher said the key distinction in politics is between friends and enemy. Now I know you are my friends, and of course we are people of peace, as Wakar was saying. We want peace, we want love, we repudiate violence. However, enemies do exist. Imam Hussain, long time ago at Karbala, fought a monstrous tyrant, an enemy, an oppressor, a bogus caliph called Yazid ibn Muawiyah. He was not really the caliph of Damascus, he was a usurper, he was an oppressor, he was an enemy, a traitor of the faith of Islam. Imam Hussain wanted peace, but he had to fight. It was his divine obligation. He had to oppose Yazid. And of course he lost his life and his small band of followers. They became shuhada, they became martyrs. And today we honor the memory of Imam Hussain and the shuhada. But the next thing I want to say is, of course, there have been Yazids in our time. I'm sure you can remember Saddam Hussein of Iraq. He was a big Yazid. And today there are other Yazids. I don't want to be too controversial. But here today in the West, we are supposed to be in a very peaceful, democratic society. But, Yazid is not necessarily a person. It can also be the name of a system. And if there is a system, ideological, philosophical, political, cultural, call it what you will, which says that God doesn't matter, that God is irrelevant, the creator of the universe, the sustainer, the light of the universe, doesn't matter. It should not come into public life, it should not come into legislation, it should not come into politics. That to me, as a Christian, I'm speaking as a Christian, is abominable, it's impossible. God is the basis of our existence. Without God's power and mercy, we will not exist in a single moment. So we cannot shut out God from the world around us. And that's why I bless you, I bless good Muslims like you, because you're a witness to the fact you believe that God does matter. And I, as a Christian, also believe that God does matter. It matters a lot. I belong to the Anglican Church of Church of England, which is somewhat a lukewarm form of Christianity. But we got some good Christians in the Anglican Church as well. Labbaik ya Hussain. Labbaik ya Hussain. Shukran jazilan, brother. So, we are today fighting on. And the subtitle of my book, which Bakar was so kind to mention, is The Enduring Struggle. Because the Battle of Karbala goes on. Oh, here's a book. I don't want to plug my own fame too much. It's a small book. It's just a small witness to the importance of fighting oppression today. But it's only a small tract. However, the battle goes on. We got to fight on. And how do we fight? Ideally, with the weapons of peace, the weapons of dialogue, the weapons of speech. We don't want violence. We repudiate violence. As a Christian, I repudiate violence. But, a great saint, a man called Saint Augustine, said, if you stop an unjust person from doing injustice, you're actually doing good. You do good to the unjust by stopping them from being unjust. That is very important. My name is Frank, which is actually an English version. I've got a patron saint. Many people have names which remind you of a great holy person. And my saint was Francis of Assisi. He was a kind of wonderful Sufi type of Christian, and he upheld peace and love, but he put forward a radical critique of the world, a radical critique of the values of a secular world. He upheld holy poverty in the name of God. So, to me, that is the same message, or a very similar message, to the great mystics of Islam, the Sufis, are actually propagating, and indeed embodied in the person of Imam Hussain, and he could have stayed at home, couldn't he? He could have avoided becoming a martyr. He could have said, well, it's a personal thing, I don't have to stick my neck out. No, he didn't. He fought. He reminded us of the value, the critical importance of fighting with the weapons of justice, the weapons of love. Again, stopping your enemy from being unjust. You're actually doing good. You're loving him, said St. Augustine, a great saint. So, and lastly, I saw a lady circulating in the crowd with a wonderful poster mentioned Imam al-Mahdi. I'm sure you all know who Imam al-Mahdi is. I actually wrote my dissertation MA dissertation in Islamic Studies at Muslim College in West London on the relationship between Imam al-Mahdi and Nabi Isa. Because you know, there is a tradition which at the end of time, before Al-Akhirah, Imam al-Mahdi and Nabi Isa will combine to fight Dajjal, the monstrous enemy of all people of faith. And I've written a book about Dajjal as well, but I must not talk too much about my books. So here we are, Imam al-Mahdi and Nabi Isa, Jesus, combining together to fight the monstrous enemy of our time, Dajjal, another Yazid, the embodiment of Yazid. And I'm sure you agree with me, we got no choice. We got to fight Yazid with the weapons of non-violence and love as far as we can, but if necessary, we have to be realistic and fight back. So my good friends, it's been lovely being with you today. I feel, friend, enemy, you are my friend. The enemy, I already mentioned who the enemy is, the many enemies, but we are friends. Inshallah, our cause will triumph. God bless you all. Barakallah fikum.